Hello, my name is Eric, and in this podcast, I want to just do a little ranting. And one of my ranting is I got 2 strikes on YouTube, and I got a little email saying one more strike and then banning me from YouTube for life. Welcome to the craziness that lives inside my head. Some of my friends, I have a Facebook page, I got a Twitter account, I got an Instagram account. I had some of these other, like I had a Vimeo account back when Vimeo first started. I had some other, what they call video accounts when they first started. I know I had one back in 2005 when I did my first movie. I forgot the name of that, forgot the name of the stupid thing. And they asked me they didn't ask me, but if being that I was going into presenting my first film and a film festival, they contacted me because they had just started this video projects where everybody could put their video online. I think that Vimeo was one. I know I put it on Vimeo, and there's another one. I can't think of the name now, but that's back in 2005. So I haven't bothered with them in 2005. I have been on YouTube since 2006. When I had my soap operas, I put all my soap operas on YouTube. Now in 2006, YouTube only allowed you to have 10 minutes. So my soap opera was 30 minutes long. So I would put it, when I upload, and I think you couldn't upload too many movies, too many videos either. But I do remember every time I did an episode of my soap opera on cable, I would have to break it into 3 segments in order to put it on YouTube. And it'll be part 1, part 2, part 3, only because at the time they only allowed you 10 minutes. And then maybe around, that was 2006, 2007, maybe around, I think, 2010, they allow you to put, I think it was up, didn't allow you to put up to an hour, I think. But anyway, that's peeve number 1. I had stuff on YouTube since 2006. And about a year ago, just before 2020, maybe during 2020, I was getting all these emails from YouTube stating they didn't take, how you put it, they removed the videos of some of my videos. And then I went to see what videos they were talking about they removed. They didn't give me a strike. They just removed them. And I'm looking at these videos. I said, wait a minute. These videos been on YouTube since 2006. This is 2020. All of a sudden, they're inappropriate. So during 2020, they had started this, I guess, these algorithm to, I guess, go around to see if anything is inappropriate on their sites, that they'll take them down. So my first strike came in 2021. And I don't know if I made a podcast about this, but yeah, my first strike was about my experience with COVID-19. It was my experience with COVID-19. And the reason why they took that video down and put a strike against me, because they said that I was, what was the strike? Giving people unhealthy advice. And I wasn't giving anybody unhealthy advice. I was saying what my experience was. And my experience was I didn't take the vaccine. And my friends who did take the vaccine got it again. One friend, she got it 3 times. And not only she took the vaccine, she got boosted. But my experience, and I'm talking about my experience, I'm not telling people not to do this and not to do that. In my experience, For as I'm concerned, it didn't work. Now that's my experience. That's my opinion. And then I mean, if you give me a strike and it took it down, that was strike number one. I'm not telling people saying that I was spewing unhealthy advice. I wasn't spewing any advice. I'm quite sure I'm not the only one who experienced, who had people who took it, the vaccine and the booster, and still got COVID. I forgot whatever the excuse was. People would say to me, "Well, yeah, if I didn't get the vaccine, it would have been worse." So I guess so. I have a friend who gets the flu vaccine every year, and I've known him for 20 years. Every year, like clockwork, he go and gets his flu vaccine, and he still comes up with the flu. And he says, "Well, if I didn't get the flu vaccine, the flu could have been worse." Okay, whatever. I'm just saying, this is my experience, and I don't like the fact that I'm being crucified for my experience. I mean, how you gonna crucify somebody if that's what they experience? I'm not saying it's healthy or unhealthy. That's my experience. Now, this last one, I got strike number 2. And I don't know when you guys are going to see this video, because strike number 2 was recent, and I can't put anything up for 14 days. There'll be 14 days since I make this video. Strike number 2 has to do with, oh God, what strike number 2 had? Oh, strike number 2 had to do, I used the word in the description of my video was in love with a pedophile. And all it was about an incident where a guy whose lover, he was madly in love with his lover, and he found out that his lover was a undercover or closet pedophile. That's what his lover was. It wasn't telling people that was okay. It was about a guy who found out that his boyfriend was a pedophile. Now I don't understand that one either. What is the problem with that? And that's what it was all about. It had nothing to do with the children. It had to do with being having an affair with somebody who's into that. I think in that same video I used to belong to this group, and I did put in that. I think I did put this in the video how the group found out that this guy, we were going on a trip. You know how you're in a group of guys, you're going on a trip. We went on a trip, and we noticed that this one guy kept going into all the bathrooms. I think we had a picnic. He was always in the bathrooms. I think we went somewhere. He always in the bathroom. But being gay, that's not unnormal. I mean, we all know why gay men goes into the bathroom, to be cruising. This is back in the day. Well, to find out that this guy will only go into the bathroom unless some kid go in there. So we put 2 and 2 together. We figure he was. But, I mean, as long as he didn't get us in trouble. But we didn't think that can't happen anywhere in the bathroom. I don't want to get into it, because they may strike this one down. All I'm saying is, this is my experience. And I get very upset when I tell somebody what I experienced, and you're going to put words in my mouth saying that I'm telling people what basically spewing misinformation. There was no misinformation, especially with the COVID thing. I didn't misinformation anything. I just said it didn't work. That's back in 2020. If you getting a vaccine, just like the flu vaccine, I don't think that works either. And they said that, well, if I didn't take the flu vaccine, it could have been worse. Okay, I guess. This is me. I'm talking about my experience. And I told a girl, knock on wood, because when I told this at work, I was talking about my ranting on about this, especially about that flu vaccine. I said the last time I had the flu was back in the 70s. And it was pretty bad. I had the flu, it was pretty bad. I was at work, it was in July. I had the shivers, I was sweating. and I was cold. I was always shaking. They took me to the emergency room, and whatever, I had the flu. And I had to stay home for a couple of days. That's the last time I had the flu. I had a cold back in 2006. Now, I think I put this on, I made a podcast about this because a foolish friend of mine who was not fooling around, but he may be fooling around, was somebody who had COVID. And when I went to his house and he said, "Oh, I had dinner with so and so and they had COVID." Well, you know what happened 2 days later? I caught it. Only reason I knew I had COVID because he went and got that home kit, and according to the home kit, I had COVID. I called my doctor because I had a doctor's appointment. He said, "Don't come into the office until you test negative." So I had to wait a week. In fact, it only lasted a day. It was like having a cold back in the day when you have that 24-hour cold, and then all of a sudden the next day you feel fine, and that's what I did, and it was gone. It only lasted like 2 days. Somebody said maybe I didn't have COVID, but anyway. Well, this is my beef. My beef is I'm letting you guys know if you get to see this video. If you don't see me anymore, that's because YouTube banned me from putting up videos. And the only other place that I do have, like I said, I got Twitter. Twitter is Fruta Extraña, because that was the name of my soap operas. And I have Instagram. My Instagram might be crazy thing in my head. I'm not sure. And I have a Facebook page. So if you want to keep in touch, there's other ways to keep in touch besides YouTube. Well, anyway, thank you for listening to the craziness that lives inside my head.